I think his name is, I can see his face, I cannot see his name right now. We also thank Wada Chalugo, who came on yesterday. Mazi Darlington, that's right. Darlington, who broadcast from Biafra land. Of course, Mazi, Ipob, fearless evangelist, Mazi Madu Abuchi, Mwachuku. We salute these people who are fearless in the face of our enemies, and they continue to broadcast even from Biafra land and dare the enemy to look them up. And they are not hiding. They are looking at them and doing what is important to do. And yesterday I learned and we was reminded again by Mazi Darlington that the one thing we have against and on the upper hand with our enemies is this. Biafra no ihe na-atụ ha ụjọ ihe na-atụ ha ụjọ na egwu anaghị atụ ụnụ because ihe unu chọrọ dị unu mkpa. Make sure that you remember that. Our leader needs to walk free. That's what we came to say this morning. Our leader needs to walk free because Eze has already sent him out of that DSS dungeon to lead us in freedom. So we are telling Nigeria government, Malami, or whoever they are, to let our leader go. And ask also to call for a referendum for the Biafra people. We thank our director, who is a fearless lion, does not fear anyone, has already made up his mind, and he is pushing Nigeria and telling Nigeria where to fall. I have never seen such a man in my life. I am telling you, we thank the director. We thank the director for this opportunity to speak on this hallowed platform of Radio Biafra. May Eze continue to give our director victory and continue to surround him with his holy angels and make him stronger than he has even ever been, and make sure to restore him to us and restore the sovereign nation of Biafra to us. This morning we have so much on our minds, great people of Biafra radio listeners. We have so many things on our minds, we cannot wait to get started. So I'll let my sisters introduce themselves and we will get started immediately. Mother Kune, please introduce yourself to the listeners.
Yes, Dr. Berechuku, thank you for this opportunity today. I thank you for Kabiama for being here. You know, this is another day that Team Chupu Kabiama has made. First of all, I greet our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. No weapon formed against Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper, he said. I say that Chukwu Kabiama Pubihelile continues to give Nnamdi Kanu strength, restore his health, and release him from the hands of the enemies who are holding him unlawfully. To you, my brothers and sisters, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom, wherever you are, I'm saying good morning, good afternoon, according to your time zone. I welcome all of you for today's Women Edition. I'm always glad to be with you on this Saturday. And I believe you are happy to be hearing from us on this Saturday. You know, as we move forward one day at a time to restore the land of the rising sun and to make sure that our leader is released from the dungeon of Nigeria. My name is Akunne. I am from Owerri province. As always, it is my pleasure to welcome you. Thank you.
Hello, Sister Victoria. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, freedom fighters all over the world. I salute all followers of Mazi Nnamdi. You are die-hard people. Until our leader is released, until Biafra comes, there is no rest for the ardent believers of the preaching of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. Therefore, I want to encourage you this morning. Say, never look back. It's all ahead we are going. I can't believe that a man in his seclusion all by himself over 1 year is still alive. This is not the finger of man. It is the finger of God. And because God kept him there, just like look up, see him, he is still there. Therefore, we keep pushing. We are here this morning. We are going to discuss things that are affecting us. We are discussing things that in one way or the other we have something to offer or contribute. One thing we know is Biafra or Biafra. Biafra or Biafra. There is no other alternative. Welcome to this morning broadcast. May you come close, listen, and tell others, and be willing to participate. We are not going to die. We will live to tell our own story in the land of Biafra. My name is Victoria. Ndewo. Ụmụ Biafra, melata n'isi unu ka anyị kpere na onye ndu anyị ekpere dikonu. I will pray from the book of the Psalms. Today again we'll come with Psalm 20. It is for the King Mazi Nnamdi. It's from the leader, a Psalm of David. Answer Mazi Nnamdi in time of distress, and that time is now. We are distressed, and we know he's distressed. The name of the God of Jacob, defend Mazi Nnamdi. May send you help, Mazi Nnamdi, from the temple. From Zion be your support. May remember your every offering and graciously accept all of our holocausts. Biko Chineke. Grant what is in Mazi Nnamdi heart. Fulfill his every plan. The restoration of Biafra. May we shout for joy at Mazi Nnamdi victory. May we raise the banner, the flag of Biafra, in the name of our Eze Chukwuokike when this happens. Chineke, grant your every prayer that we're saying on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi, we are asking you, Eze Chukwuokike, to please grant the prayer. Because now we know that victory is given to the anointed, to Mazi Nnamdi. Chineke will answer him, Mazi Nnamdi, from his holy heavens with a strong arm that brings victory. Some rely on chariots. The Fulani, they rely on their AK-47. Others rely on their horses. They rely on those Kanu jets. But we, the children of the rising sun, we rely on the name of Eze Chukwuokike. They will collapse and fall, but we will stand strong and firm. Eze Chukwuokike, grant victory to the King. Answer when we call upon you. My sister, continue the prayer. Our gracious Father, we thank you and we bless you. You are the only God that created the seasons of the earth, and they bow before you. No scientist has been able to change the fact that every night follows a daytime, and every daytime follows a night. Father, as the sun remains, as the moon remains, Father, they are pointers to tell us that our God, who is the creator of the universe, is still ahead of every other man. And Father, Lord, for that, we bow our head to you. We know that your judgment is righteous. Therefore, Father, we are asking for your righteous judgment for our leader, Mazi Kanu. Lord, you have done it. We are waiting for the perfection. Therefore, Heavenly Father, as we call on you this morning concerning our plight, which is Biafra, Father, we pray that by your mighty hand, O God, by your outstretched hand, Lord, everyone holding back, Jehovah, Father, from our success, everyone holding back, hindering us, O God, our Father, you are going to stop them. Just like you stopped Pharaoh and his horses. Father, they fell down into the sea like lead and never rose up again. We know you're drowning the zoo and you will drown them. And just like children of Israel, left with powerful gifts, Father, so also you do it for the children of Biafra. Therefore, Heavenly Father, we commit this morning into your hand and say, Lord, give our people wisdom to listen and to understand. And Father, Lord, confuse our enemy with everlasting confusion. Father, we turn down their conference table. Father, just like you change the language of Babel, you will change their language. They will no longer agree with each other because the finger of the Lord is upon us. Thank you, Father, for this day. As we talk, grant us the word to speak. And may we hear and listen and obey. In the name of Tuko Kajama, we pray. Thank you very much, my dear sister. Brothers and sisters, we come with a heavy heart this morning. We know the concerns that you have in your hearts is the same concerns that we have in ours. And so we come this morning to say that Nigeria, Malami, Imposter Buhari, let our leader go. That's what we come to tell you and tell the world this morning. And if anyone in that zoo listens to Radio Biafra, hear the women of Biafra say, let our leader go. Because you cannot continue to scuttle your own court judgment while you hold our leader hostage and imprisoned and in solitary confinement. You cannot continue to do that. Nobody, nowhere else in the world is that done. Even if you're saying the execution of the last order, you let the person go and then you can go ahead and do your appeal. Appeals are allowed, but you must follow the last court order. And that's what we have come to say. Let our leader go. Let our leader go free. We know that your country is disintegrating. We have been telling you this for years. Our leader started since 2010, 2012, 2011, 2013, all the way up until 2021 when you captured and renditioned our leader. When you abducted him from Kenya, he has been telling you and telling you and telling you that Nigeria must fall. The zoo must fall. That's where we are. By the way, Biafrans, this is a joyful song in our ears to hear that the zoo is truly falling. So be of good cheer. We know we have many concerns, but this is a call for joy that the zoo is finally falling. So, sisters, our theme remains, let my leader go. That's what we're telling you, and call for a referendum. So let's start with what we heard from our lead counsel yesterday after their outing to this appellate court in Abuja. Our lead counsel said Application for the stay of execution of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, pending the determination of the appeal filed before the Supreme Court, was today, which was yesterday, granted by the same Court of Appeal. This is a mouthful, and this is upsetting. Right after I read it, I was upset all day long yesterday. And why it is upsetting and it's a mouthful for us, but we're going to unpack it for you this morning, is that the same appeal court is where Malami went back and said, please grant us stay of execution of that judgment. All it says, that's the whole grammar that they're speaking, is put on hold what you did on the 13th of October. That's all they're saying. They're saying, put on hold the things you said on the 13th of October, which was that our leader is acquitted and discharged. 2 words, acquitted and discharged. On that 13th day of October, somebody should have gone to the DSS dungeon, give our leader a fresh set of clothes and said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, King of Afarukuibe, you can walk out. That's what they were supposed to do. They didn't do that because God has caught them in their devices. God has caught Nigeria finally in the net that he wants them to be caught. So they held our leader. And now they appealed. Now the same appellate court that they went to are telling them, okay, we grant you the stay. That means we grant you the hold until the Supreme Court hears this case now again and makes a ruling and pronounces a judgment. Do you know what we are telling them? We are telling them this morning, my sisters and I are here to add our voice to tell them that they're still wrong. Let the defendants go. And then you can appeal to wherever you want. If you want to appeal to Chukwuokike Abiyama, you can take it to him. But today, our leader should be free, sitting somewhere waiting for you to go back to court for that appeal. My sisters, I know that we're all angry and that we're all excited about this whole debacle that Malami is doing in the Nigerian courts. What do you say about this? Let's start with Sister Kanu. Go ahead.
Okay, my sister. You see, my request only this morning, first of all, is that Malami has to resign because Malami do not know his job as Attorney General of a country. Malami should resign and get away from us. Why holding execution of judgment? Why he refused to obey the court order? The order from the appeal court, he refused it. And now went to Supreme Court, and now is holding it again. For how long? For 7 days? For 10 days? I'm disappointed because the man does not know his right or his left. Malami is holding this judgment because of he's going to play their game. You know, Nigeria is a bribery country, and any of them in that office, they know how to bribe. Now he's going to pick one by one the judges that will agree with him to do the wickedness, how they continue to do it. But I said no. The Biafra people said no. Ipob, we said no. We need our leader out. You are holding our leader. Innocent man. You are suffering here for no reason. For this we say our leader, you have to release our leader. First of all, obey the court order. Appeal court ordered you that the man is discharged and acquitted. Did he understand that language? I don't think so. Because if he did, our leader should have been out today. Then if you want to go back to Chukwuka Biama to apply, or to the Supreme Court to apply, then he can do that. You see, Nigeria, they make laws for the minority. The poor people have nobody to speak to them because they don't obey their own law. But they forget that nobody is above law in any country. But in Nigeria, it's the other way around. So now, I am waiting to see what the Supreme Court is going to say. I'm waiting. Are they going to say that our leader jumped fell? I am telling them no. I know that's where they are going. They know what played that our leader escaped. Miraculously, our leader escaped, and our leader is alive today. What they did in Afaribe, they should have said that what the military did in Afaribe is wrong, and dismiss all this case as the Appellate Court has said. You know? And they're going to say, our leader jumped there. These people are, I don't want to curse anybody this one. But they have to know what they are doing. They have to use their senses according to law, not going there to taking bribe and saying nonsense.
They need to be cursed. They need to be cursed this morning because they have really touched the hornet's nest.
I know, but I don't want to go there. I know I'm going to break down. I don't want to go cursing them. You know, what these people are doing is annoying. And we, Ipob, Biafrans, we are no more happy. This is no more joke. They are suffering an innocent man. For how long now? And we are asking you to release him. Release him. You have wait and speak the people who will give you judgment the way you like it. But we are saying it will not work for all of you. Yesterday, why 45 minutes hearing before the time? Because they know the game they play. They know what they are doing. You tell somebody to come by 1 o'clock, and by 12:40, 12:20, you have done what you are doing, you know? It's not the way. But this is how Nigeria does things. And it works for them. And they are happy. For this time, the Ipob, the Biafran people, the owner of Mazi Kanu, say that enough is enough. We need our leader out. Nothing more. We need our leader out. Either you send our leader back to his maternal home, or you send him back to Kenya. This is what we are waiting for. We are waiting for this. Enough is enough. For this reason today, I don't care what the Supreme Court said. I know that the Supreme Court should listen to, go according to the appeal court order. They have to. But before then, I know we have to wait for the court order. I know that. We cannot jump anything. But before then, I am telling the Eastern politicians, I'm calling upon them today, the kings of Biafra land, the judges of Biafra land, bishops, especially those who knows what happened to our leader, to get themselves ready to go to Abuja and meet their slave master, Malami and Co., to release our leader. We need our leader home. We need our leader, the only leader we have. No, it will not be good with us. So when our leader didn't come home, we need him today, tomorrow. You know? We need our leader. We love our leader because our leader has suffered for us. Our leader has given everything. His parents left his family behind, smoking behind, suffering for all of us. Are we going to take this we are not going to take it lightly because our leader is the life of Biafrans and many black race in this world. For this reason, there is nothing we are asking today that we need our leader out. Our leader must be released. And if Malami continue to refuse and holding our leader, there's nothing he can do but to resign. Because we don't need him anymore in a way. Has made things difficult for us. We have suffered enough, enough is enough. And that's it for thank you.
Thank you very much, dear sister. Sister Victoria, what do you say about the stay of execution of this judgment that has already been granted us to acquit and discharge our leader? And yesterday, but remember, let me add one more caveat to this. The same court sat, but it's not the same judges. Let's make sure that every Biafran understands this. Quickly after they rendered that justice, the just judgment for Biafra to free our leader immediately, the three judges who sat on the appellate court were all removed and transferred to different locations. I heard that one was sent to Wari, one was sent to maybe Ebuyi, and one was sent somewhere else in the middle belt. I am telling you that immediately Malamu reconstituted this appellate court, probably took the people that he knew that he can blackmail and put them in this particular appellate court in Abuja, and those are the new people who met 2 days ago. They are not the same people. Not even the same people. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't even remember because I was so mad. I've been so upset about this court granting the stay of execution that's saying, hold on, let the Supreme Court hear it first. No, you hold on. Do the right thing first. Sister Victoria.
Thank you, my sister. I want to look at it in a different way, kind of. Do you know that the judgment for Mazi Nnamdi could have come that quick, direct, and sharp in a zoo country where Lai Mohammed and the likes, including Malamu, are the people who are running the zoo country with big pen in their hand? You see, the way I look at it, God blackmailed them and bring these three people who he used to execute judgment on behalf of Biafrans or Mazi Nnamdi. That these people can probably, they have bribed them, threatened them, tell them what they're going to say, and the Spirit of God was upon them, and they say discharged and acquitted. It is documented. It is written. It cannot be changed. It is the law of Media and Persia. For years to come, generations to come, it is written in Abuja court. And now, you see the Judases they have brought. Those people are the people who are the slave drivers in Nigeria, zoo country. They pick them up. How can we accept this? This is wrong. In the first place, the people that made the judgment has now been thrashed out, and a new group were brought in. Who brought those people in? These are the people brought in by Malamu to make sure that they hold our leader down. I know that the election is coming very soon. Watch out and see. Their plan is to hold him down until after their election, but they are wasting their time. Because as far as I'm concerned, that other judgment for stay is null and void. This is a what they call white lie. It's not even black. White lie. It is not true. This is the result of a corrupt government. And I want to use the opportunity to ask them, dear friends, without Mazi Nnamdi being released, what are you going to do in the election? Is there a country? Is that a country you're thinking about going to do any kind of voting or election? There is nothing like election. Can you see it glaring before your very eyes? It is glaring for all of you that are thinking about obedience. Tell me where the obedience is. Where is obedience and their group? Where the zoo country under Malamu and the poster Buhari that say whatever the court says, and we are going to abide by it. Where is he now? He doesn't talk. He is a robot. Which election? Under who? Who is going to conduct it? That is why our leader is there, held back after he has received judgment. You see, I believe in my heart that it is God that granted him that judgment, no human being. That is why he brought those judges on that day, and they were able to make that. That's a decree, discharged and acquitted. No other judgment surpasses this one. What we Biafrans are going to demand is, if Mazi ALOZIE doesn't come out, there is nothing like election, because there is no country where you're going to do election. It doesn't work that way. Even if after your election, exactly what you're saying is going to be the result. You can do your obedience from now till thy kingdom come. After the election, whoever, I think who they think in their mind, or all those evil people, if they are the ones that want to be in that place, I'm telling you, your election will be null and void. They will do it to what they do to Abiola. They'll put him in jail, and somebody else continue. What are you going to do? This is time for you to take the law in your hand. Wherever you are, just like my sister said it initially, if you don't rise up to fight now, don't fight again. This is the time. Fight with your voting. Sit at home. We refuse to agree with that judgment because it is a fraud. Our leader has been discharged and acquitted, and on that we stand. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much. Do you know another thing that really is important in this matter right now is that this particular Attorney General and Minister of Justice, his rightful name is Alhaji Abubakar Malami.
Okay.
He's also running for the is a gubernatorial candidate or governorship of Kebbi State. So I think he's trying to gain popularity by oppressing God's people again, which is what his people have done for many, many, many years in that contraption called Nigeria. So he's running on the back of Mazi Nnamdi to become popular so that he can go and sweep or be selected. You know how this works. He's an APC government candidate in Kebbi State for governorship. So what do you think? This is the way, if you do what we ask, he's even being manipulated. The manipulation starts from the very top. Malamu, you do the right thing by suppressing the Biafrans and keeping Mazi Nnamdi in your dungeon. Then we go and reward you with the governorship in Kebbi State. I am telling you, this is their last bus stop. This is it. Biafrans, this is it. Everybody who is alive in Biafra must now rise up and keep your eyes open, because they cannot play this chess game with our heads and our hearts every day and get away with it. The time when they used to crash the narrative and tell the stories because they had all the media, government media outlets in Nigeria covered, is over. You have the Twitter, Biafrans. You have Facebook, Biafrans. You have your cell phones in your hands. You can put out any news you want. You have Radio Biafra, Biafrans. You have all the media warriors, Biafrans. I am calling on you to rise up and tell them like it is. They can no longer pull the wool over your eyes and do abracadabra. No more. Don't do it. Don't let them do it. If they do it to you in the 21st century, you are doomed forever. And let me tell you, when they push Biafran people into that particular hole that they have dug for us, I'll be one of them pushing behind you and falling in with you. Because if you cannot do it now, Biafrans, you are not alive. You're dead people. And I'm not saying this lightly. I am one of you. I am going to die with you. It's my land that will be taken. It's my father's land and my father's grave that I will never see again. It's my own home that will be taken over. And I am telling you, I will support the Fulanis to push us all into that hole and take over that land. that we call the blessed land of Biafra if you don't rise up now. I am calling on Ohaneze. I don't care what you think you are. Ohaneze Ndushi Nandiama. Just like my sister has already called you, your synod masters. Go back with your tail between your legs. Go back to the Sokoto Caliphate and ask them, whatever you did with them, tell them that you can't take it anymore, that these boys and girls at home, that this generation will not tolerate you sitting in your home and thinking that we share the same land with you while you're selling our leader. No, you better go back to Sokoto Caliphate and tell Sokoto Caliphate to release our leader now. Now, not tomorrow, now. Because let me tell you, if this thing that is going to befall Abuja and the northern states, when it comes from ISWAP, when it comes from Boko Haram, when it comes from these other ISIS in West Africa and everybody else to take over Abuja and we Biafrans don't want to be in it. I am telling you that, and we don't want our leader in it. We are wanting. Go ahead, my dear sister.
Yes, I have this to say. You know what? All of us will have understand that the judgments have already started. As discharged and acquitted. Everybody knows that. And we have seen the gameplay that Malami has taken, going to select his own lawyers. You know, how they manipulate things in that Nigeria. No matter whatever they do, I don't think our lawyers will accept it. Anything they do worse than what they have done, or worse of what the appeal court has said. As I said, the judgment is already served. Anything worse than this, I don't think we are going to accept it. Because what we know, that our leader is innocent and our leader will be released. There is nothing more we are asking for them right now. You know? Release our leader. It's not a big deal, please. Not a big deal. Because this man is innocent. No matter what they do, only they are wasting the time for our leader. And to torture him more and to suffer him more. That's what they are doing. Nothing more. All the world has seen what the result of this court is. That our leader is innocent. See the whole thing. And they wanting other people to obey them. They are nonsense. My sister, go ahead, please.
I just want to say, Sister Victoria or Sister Kune, you might want to pray over this new group of Supreme Court judges who are now going to sit in judgment of our leader's case. Because these people, if they speak what we don't want to hear, that's you know something? Because the world is listening. Now this United States of America, as corrupt as they are, as impunitive that they have supported Britain to be against Biafra, they are all listening. Against it. So let me tell you now. Actually, those people, these judges, sitting in judgment of our leader's case again, IPOB case again. If somebody wants to pray for them, this is the time to pray for them, because let me tell you, when they pronounce what they're going to pronounce, it will sink Nigeria immediately, or we will take a referendum. What they're about to say will sink Nigeria immediately, because if they say the wrong thing, then Nigeria will collapse immediately. And if they say maybe the right thing, then they will immediately have to plan for a referendum for the people of Biafra. Biafra, only Jihana Allah. I have been telling you this. These people don't know where to run. From their own court system, they don't know where to run. Malamu is confused. You people might be thinking, and I don't know whether he went to school or not. He might have been schooled in Sharia law. But we are practicing civil law, and that's where the course of Nigeria is right now. Ayejebe is Sharia. Though Atiku told you that he will move to Sharia quickly and install emirs everywhere, we don't care what they will do tomorrow. Today, we cannot let them go today. That's why we are crying. We are crying as daughters of the land that today any jihanal, tomorrow don't come to us and say we didn't tell you so. We are telling you as daughters of the land, we are clear about what we are saying. We are very, very clear and straightened about what we are saying. This is clear. Malamu to stay the execution of the order. On the Tinyana hold, guide Supreme Court. But let somebody start praying for that Supreme Court to say the truth. If they don't say the truth, they will sink Nigeria immediately. If they say the truth, they will give us a referendum. Only Jihanala. Only had Jihana 51. They are not going anywhere no more. No more. If you don't know the state of this thing, please get it today from your daughters, from your sisters, from your mothers. Please get it. Please get it. I pray the spirit of wisdom on every listener of Radio Biafra, every IPOB member, every group in Igbo land, ages or bars, Lindi, whatever you are, Ohanes and Dushin and Diamazugo Nushin Sokoto Caliphate right now. Because when this thing will happen, we are entering that pit all together. All together, everybody is ready to die. They are toying with us. They are playing with our destiny, and we are saying no. No more. Because call on the Supreme Court judges to please render just judgment, because it's just judgment for Biafrans. Otherwise, I think Kuala Nigeria. Acquit and discharged is acquit and discharged. They cannot hope that Nigeria. Now, zoo. Zoo. They follow their stupid court orders and follow their rules and regulations and be law-abiding citizens when they themselves and the Sokoto Caliphate and the Fulani do not and refuse to obey court orders, to obey their rules, to obey their laws. No, Biafrans will no longer serve as your slaves. No longer will you hold us as slaves and make us the only ones obeying your stupid orders and your stupid laws when your stupid laws are not obeyed by your highest commander in the court, an attorney general, a minister of justice, Malami, and everybody else who is winding him from the background. Anyamana Sokoto Kabal Caliphate is behind him. Whom we will get behind each other and push, because these people have pushed you to the wall. They have actually pushed you into the Atlantic Ocean and actually deep in their Quran. You cannot do this anymore. If you continue to do this, I will disown my own people. I myself, Dr. Tinebere Chukugano Rebano, disown all of Igbo land. If you people do not rise up and tell them the truth at this time, I can do that for myself and sit here in the United States of America as whatever I am now, as a refugee, as an asylum seeker in another man's land, as a whatever you call me, as a slave even to a white man in his country. I will sit here and do that and raise my children as obedient slaves of the white man instead of being a slave in my own country to the Sokoto Caliphate. Who are you? Who are you? If you can't speak for yourself, I can speak for myself. For me and my household, we will do the right thing. Is Biafra or nothing? Is Biafra or I stay slave where I am? Sure. Is Biafra or I stay slave here? So my sisters, let me give you the next thing that our barrister said. Our barrister said in the next paragraph of that same tweet, though this case now is presided by entirely a new panel of justice, in granting the application, the court, however, directed the parties to settle records and transmit the same records to the Supreme Court within 7 days to ensure accelerated hearing of the appeal. So, go to Chineke and say to Chineke what you need to say. But I am an has raised people like me and my sisters people who are fervent in this Biafra movement and Biafra restoration, that we must get it now. Makanai Jihanala. Malami does not know where to run. And also Hahame. So now that our lead counsel is saying all this, Nahaga transmit all the papers to Sinkaya with the other lawyers and send it to the appeals to the Supreme Court now, and that they will make sure that the hearing comes up quickly. And then he says, be also informed that we will challenge today's ruling. So if Mbahana transmits all these papers to the Supreme Court, they're still going to challenge this stay of execution of the last order. That's a real lawyer. This is a real learned man, somebody who knows what he's doing. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is telling us, now how can challenge the stay of execution while they're carrying out their duty to transmit the papers to the Supreme Court. And then he says, without any prejudice to the integrity of the learned justices that delivered this ruling, the fact that hearing notice on such a crucial sensitive ruling was served on us barely 45 minutes before the time slated for the ruling is pregnant with meaning. Of course, all here in our pregnant with meaning that Malamu has gone and selected his few friends who will give him what he wanted instead of the order, execution of the order. That's what he did. By the way, that's what he did. He went and selected a few people that he knew that would do the right thing by him and put them on that appellate court for that day, and he might transfer them right after that because they have given him what he wanted. Since appeal is now to be heard, yes, my dear sister, you want something to say?
No, go ahead, because I'm telling you that they are going to fail. No matter who may be select, the judgment is already passed. That's what we say,
Exactly. It says, since the appeal is now to be heard expeditiously, be assured that we will move with speed as always in adopting the most appropriate legal strategy to ensure immediate review of the decision by the Supreme Court and the release of Onye Ndumazi and Nnamdi Kanu. This is our barrister, the lead counsel, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, for telling us all this. So he urges us all to remain calm. Don't remain calm, because this calmness, I shouldn't worry about what we are telling you is to go to sleep, because I am a Kunu name. Biafra, when we tell you take it calm, be okay, just be law abiding, do this and this, you people go to sleep. You act like you're dead. We're no longer ready for you to act dead in your own country, in your own life, and continue to subjugate your children to slavery. Come on, no more. I am an Oshai in the camp. Yes, my dear.
You know what happened? In this case, I think that we have to use our intelligence, We have to use our intelligence and get ourselves ready and prepare for this confusion they are bringing to us. But I don't think we're staying calm or remain calm. No Biafra, no Ipob when I hear this, But we use our senses and understand this remaining calm. Quietly, you can get ready, do whatever you want to do, because the time is coming when they're going to bring their nonsense. That's the remaining calm here. It doesn't mean that Barrister Ejiofor wants us to go to sleep. No. We have to act intelligently. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Yes, that's correct. Sister Victoria, do you have anything to say before I finish this reading? Because it is almost over.
After the award it now is, and so I'm concerned. Anybody want you at that time, Igbo Biafra, what kind of thing are you waiting for? We also rise up and say no to this. It's unfortunate that even the people I try to talk to over here, they are looking at this Biafra issue from a distant eye. Many of them are in the fence, but we are encouraging you now, get off the fence. We have the judgment, and we are not going to let it go. Our leader says we can't. He didn't say we should go to sleep. He didn't say we should go and hide our head under the ground. It can't mean you are calculative. It can't mean that you are judgmental of the situation and you are going to act accordingly. Wherever you are, our eyes on the ball. Let us follow our lawyers. Let us follow them behind and see what they're doing, and all of us will act together. Like my sister said, I am tired of being tired of Fulani and their slavery. It's time for us to go, my people.
Thank you very much. The next thing that I want to tell you is that they're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know why? Biafrans, do you know why they're holding our leader? Yes. He's the only righteous man they have found in the land. They want to kill the one righteous man that they have found in the land. You know why? He will not compromise. He's not taking their bribe. He's not taking their oil block. He's not taking the houses in Dubai. They have promised him heaven and earth on earth. Then he has said no. Even in DSS dungeon, I am sure that somebody is always putting in his ears, you know, if you do this, Buhari will do this for you. You know, if you do this, Buhari will let you go. You know, if you do this. And our leader is just looking at them, and I know that coy smile that he has on his face. He'll look at them and say, and laugh and smile at them, and he's laughing from his spirit. My leader will not compromise. They will never let my leader compromise his position. And we, outside, free, in America even, we are telling them we are not going to compromise. Sokoto Caliphate, take your slavery agenda to hell. We are not going to compromise. Also, without the ego, oil block, south. Delta, Niger Delta. All of them how in the Biafra. With slaves. Now their own slavery is worse than mine, who live in the uplands. How much that their own slavery has already consumed their environment, put their children in hospitals, killed the fetuses in their mothers' wombs and their wives' wombs. They don't even know that when they breathe now, one of my sisters was complaining on the air that they cough out blood. They don't even know that. They don't know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering for them. The river Rhine, south, Delta, Niger Delta, wherever you think you are, and you're not an Igbo man, but you are an Igbo man. Those people, you suffer even worse because they push to the Atlantic Ocean, will eat you first. You're closer. Okay, first. So make una shine your own eyes, because this is for you too. But it says, Jofo says, the judgment of the Court of Appeal discharged Onyendu. No, let me go back. I urge you all to remain calm and be rest assured that the ruling of the Court of Appeal today did not interfere in any way with the status of each judgment discharging Onyendu. We know all here acquitted and discharged. You just hold on. This that all he's telling us is hold on. It's not saying that Onyendi is no longer acquitted or discharged. Onyendi is still acquitted and discharged, and that's why we are raising our voices this morning. Onyendi is still acquitted and discharged, and in the right place, all over the United States of America, Onyendi should have street clothes on, walking about, going wherever he wants, and doing what he wants. And then these appeals will be happening. Go ahead, my sister.
Dr. Bechuku, this is important to let some of our people know, the discharge acquitted is still there. But I saw a lot of people are complaining, even causing the judges, they should not go there, I know all of us will love our leaders so dearly. This man who said, Biafrans, I will not disappoint you. You will be the ones to disappoint me. And a lot of us have disappointed our leader, who is suffering today. Our leader should have been living in his mansion now, where he wants to be. for the money you get from Nigeria government. But this one says no. And he's suffering for us, suffering for us. This is one thing that can make our people to stand up and support and make sure our leader is released. Let's look for a referendum and go our own way. Because we have suffered and continue suffering. How long will this be, Biafrans? Our leader says, I will not disappoint you, but you are the one going to disappoint me. Look at your front and your back, what you have done. If you have disappointed this struggle or disappointed in Nnamdi Kanu, when you wait, going against Mazi Kanu's family, have you done it? All these things are disappointment. If not, my brothers and sisters, look, reflect on yourself. What have you done? Our leader said, no bribery. No bribery. And we, some of us are doing it. See what is happening in Biafra land. Taking the name of our leader to do all criminality. Our leader never support criminality. Never want it. Experience people from Ipob because of all this. We should reflect very well. And see where we are in this struggle. You know you cannot go more forward. Please reside quietly. Or you can go and pray for the struggle instead of going against this struggle. Remember always, I will not disappoint you, Biafrans. You are the one to disappoint me. If you are one of these people, I say, shame on you. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you. Like Dallas said in his latest statement from last night, if you're not fighting with us right now, my sisters and my brothers out there, and you call yourself a Biafran, you call yourself an Igbo man or Igbo woman, and you're not fighting with us, and you say, well, when Biafra comes with our Biafra anyway. Do you know something we're going to tell you this morning? To hell with you. To hell with your stupid attitude of, I am going to sit on the fence and let other people fight. Because you know if you push with us now, we'll get there faster. The more velocity we have behind us, the more speed we will gain. You understand? But if you wish to sit on the fence, and you don't want to fight with your brothers and sisters, and you want to pull those ones who are fighting back, because there are still people in IPOB, there are still people in this struggle, there are still the people in this movement, still kind of distracting us from what we are doing. Instead of doing something that is pushing us forward, they are here continuing to contest. We have no time for that anymore. We're telling you, the time is now to fight for what you believe in. I have another question for you before I finish this reading. And when you have Nigerian Bar Association in Nigeria, because I am sure that there is. Then we have a Nigerian Bar Association, because then we have all over the world in every country. Why is Nigerian Bar Association, which indeed will make up maybe 60 or 70% of them? I need a akwụkwọ n'aka buru select n'ishi na-agụ ihe niile anyị na-agụ, but itiboribo people who are rearing nama in the forest and na-egwu anyị chandum every day. Every day we are seeing ujima akwụkwọ intellectuals. But then we have Nigerian Bar Association that is asleep right now and not speaking. So they have taken bribes. They have taken bribes. That's why they cannot speak. That's the problem in that Nigeria. They have taken their own share. That's it. Onye na-eri ego kejite Nnamdi Kanu jide na prison, jide na DSS dungeon. Nwa Igbo ọbụla riri ego ahụ, ọ ga-agbụ ya n'ọnụ, nyụọ ya na n'ike ya. I am telling you the truth that Totoro gapụ onye ahụ. Whoever it is, we're cursing you. Okay, I gave the course this morning, but I'm cursing you with that. Only that this morning. As the Kanu, she just Sokoto Caliphate, you put boxers on. She put it like that. You put the same boxer. You put Sokoto Caliphate. You put the box on one more time and release our leader. That's what we are demanding. I must finish reading. I must finish reading.
Before you finish reading.
Yes.
There is no way a cattle rearer that didn't go to school that you don't ask question about there is an emergency in the country and you're looking at the whole country flooded and the cattle rearer doesn't know what is emergency says, I have not seen any emergency. These are the people who are dictating for us what we need to do. And we have the now can anybody judge Mazi Kanu for calling all the years of our life we're going to school, calling us, all of us, intellectual. Can anybody say he is wrong? Everything that he has done has shown us that Mazi Kanu was speaking from human standard. How come that you have a group of people that call themselves learned? Up till now, they were there when they were removed from the chair and the Fulani Caliphate man came to sit. And now they have Fulani people all over the world coming to judge in the country and they are all carrying files going up and down. This is the time for them to rise up to say, no, this is not the right judgment. This is if you don't them, was they only just coming for money? Is there nobody who is alive that can say, we are going to demonstrate that this is wrong because the image of the zoo country and the way they are wrestling judgment, the whole world is looking at it. And they'll begin to ask, Nigeria, they find themselves to be educated people. Can you see? All we do is read book and cram it. And when it comes to action, no one knows what to do. All because you have collected bribe. You have taken it, and I believe that many of you didn't even collect anything because there are so many lawyers in that zoo country that are dying of hunger. Maybe you didn't even get anything, but you don't know what is right. That when you rise up to this, the plan will stop. And all of you, like I'm saying, you all are looking at forbidden that you're going to come up on that day. I'm telling you, the same way they are wrestling this judgment, is what is going to happen. Because when one thing happens, everybody keeps quiet, nobody says nothing. Who does take the next step? Everybody smiles, nobody says nothing. Who does take the next step? And now they are all in your neck, and nobody can rise up. But I'm telling you that God that has brought Nnamdi Kanu in a time when everybody would have been swallowed without even knowing what swallowed them. The Nigeria would have been swallowed alive by Fulani without anybody knowing what is happening. God raised him up. That God wants us to save us. He will save Nnamdi Kanu and save Biafra, even if you refuse to talk. But you must talk now, or you hold your peace forever. Because I know that God, who has given Nnamdi Kanu this judgment, He's also able to see it to the end. That's one thing we know. Therefore, if you know that you are intellectual, be quiet. But if you know that you went to school, if you know that you know the right thing, this is time for you to rise up and speak now. You have opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. If you are not intellectual in Biafra land, especially if you are a member of the Nigerian Bar Association and you're not speaking, engage in speaking up for the or your uncle or your aunt or your sisters or your brothers, you're useless to us, you're useless to your family, you're not speaking at the right time, and you're not saying anything. All we're taking at this Biafra fight, to fight for a just man to be released, who the court has already called just. Lawyer. You're a useless man. Not
only our Igbo people of Biafra, the entire Yoruba nation, Arewa nation. Mazi Kanu is fighting for everybody. And this is time for everybody who believes in that his wisdom, believes in the prophecy, believes in the dream to rise up. This is not one person's fight. Nigeria is being wrestled by Fulani Caliphate. It's not wrestling only Biafra. Let everybody know that. Those of you that are happy because you're getting a little bit of both from their plate, from Fulani plate, the place they created from Biafra land, you are happy to get some both from it. You Oduduwa, you are the one, wherever you are, middle belt, and all of you are holding your hand, waiting for Biafra to do all the fight, so that all of you will get your nation. I'm sure that before you will get there, you will have been dead as a human being. You will be dead. This is the time we're calling Biafrans because we are the ones that are holding the brake. We are holding the brake from Fulani to go ahead and give their command the Atlantic Ocean because they know that all other ones, Oduduwa, Arewa, that they will just follow them alive. Because they have Muslims among them. They will use that religion to swallow those ones. Therefore, if you know whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you are an idol worshiper, or whoever you are, and you are breathing that Biafra land, this fight is not for Biafrans alone. It's for everybody. Rise up. Everybody rise up. Let us speak up. Because if you don't do it, as Biafra is drowning, all of you are going to drown as well. So Biafra is not going to fight them for themselves and fight for you. That fight, let it start. Let it from the north. Let it start from the west. Let it go all the way to the east. Let everybody rise up. The call is for everybody. And don't be quiet when you hear that call.
Thank you.
Yes, you see, the reason why our leader is today suffering in the dungeon is because, as he said, this other ethnic group are not joining hands. And they forget that our leader, Mazi Kanu, is fighting for everybody in that contraction. Even a fool and a man, even Nnamdi himself and the children, our leader is fighting for them, for things to be better. But all of them, they go wherever they are, they keep quiet till they finish killing Nigerian Biafran people. Now, this is going to take me back to, we are talking about Nigeria Bar Association, my sisters. Did you know the important job these people have? Important job in the society. But you don't hear these people in any way, in any time. You know, where are these Bar Association of Nigeria? Where are they? This organization is engaged in the promotion and protection of human rights. Look at that. And all these things happening in Nigeria, you don't hear about them. They're supposed to protect human rights and promote it. But they don't do anything. You know, you don't hear about them at all. The rule of law and the good governance in Nigeria, that's their rule. Also, the Nigeria Bar Association. All these things are happening. Malami is suffering our leader, and all that is going on in Nigeria, all that killings in the north and the killings in Biafra land, the massacre going on every day. You don't hear from this organization. What a shameful organization. Anyway, they are Nigeria. All our leader called them zoo, contraction. When our leader was saying all these things, did we understand immediately? As we go on, we understand what our leader said. Everything our leader said is 100% correct. Can you see a big organization like this? That things will be happening, they keep quiet. And the other human rights promotion organizations in that Nigeria, they don't do anything because the Nigerian government has taken the money of the resources from Biafra land and have paid them a huge amount of money. That's why they are quiet. And they will one day go to bed and never get up after using and spending all that money from our resources. Very shameful thing. Very, very shameful, my sister.
My dear sister, there's this organization that we've already pinpointed that whatever money they spend in the universities is useless. You're sitting there and letting Malami run your affairs to the ground and tarnish the image of every lawyer and every law practitioner in Nigeria to nothing. He has decimated you and decimated the court, decimated the whole court system in Nigeria. And what he has done, the latest thing is that he went to Punch and gave Malamu, I'm referring to, gave an interview to Punch, citing all kinds of cases and saying all kinds of rubbish. I heard that yesterday evening, and I was amazed at how Nigeria can be so docile, so laid back, that nobody comes out publicly and says, my dear son, you are doing the wrong thing. Well, don't we have fathers and mothers in this country, in that country, or contraption called Nigeria anymore? Even the Catholic women's organization all throughout Nigeria, if they all come up until somebody articulates what injustice is being done to their own sons by extrajudicial killings, by this kidnapping. If they come and make their statements and articulate what they are thinking in their hearts, what has been done to their sons, just one organization, one that I know that my mother belonged to, that used to be powerful in Nigeria, Catholic Women's Organization of Nigeria. If they come out and make known what they feel, that whole contraction will shake, because there are many millions of Catholic women in that contraction, let alone law practitioners, let alone doctors, let alone fathers. These people are so laid back, they're like dead men. That's what my sister, they have changed everything in such a way that it has no more meaning. You are coming and you are saying something about, do we have fathers anymore? What we have is Godfathers. Godfather is the father from one criminality, you hand it over like a baton to the next criminality. You are going out, you're bringing another criminal to take over from you, so that your back will never be open. Nobody's going to open your back and continue. Go into the church. These things you are talking about is all about love. It's love everywhere. There is no more focus in the things that are important. How come that things like this is happening and everybody will get ready and go to church and go back home and sit down? All the people that say they're educated, everybody is minding their business, but they don't know that the water that swallowed people during Noah's time, that same water is there to swallow them up. Let them continue to do their Godfather. That water is there to swallow all of them. Because I remember when I was a kid, my father would stay back in church when we are leaving, and they have a little meeting. If there is a critical thing coming up in the town or wherever, maybe in the community, they'll sit back, they'll talk for a few minutes, they solve the issue, and they will come to my father's house, and later on they'll come to our house, and they will finalize it, and they will take action immediately. These were men of action. Where did the men of action in Igbo land, in Biafra, where did they go? In Nigeria, where did they go? Our men are worse than children anymore. Worse than children. They don't take any concrete action to combat any evil. None. But parasites. They are not they are God. That's their real Godfather. Yeah, the British good Godfather. They learned a very good lesson. The lesson was divide and conquer, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. Divide. They keep, I think it's their mantra, divide and conquer. Because they have divided the East from the West. Now they divide the North from the South. Now they go in the South, they divide the Delta from the Igbos. Now they divide the Delta Igbos from the non-Delta Igbos. Now they come and divide you into smaller pieces. It's called local governments. They come and they divided you into states first. They called that states, and that was Gowan and whoever did it after him. And then they kept divided. Now we have local governments. Now we have autonomous communities. Now we have family against family. Now your brother, it doesn't live with you anymore. Now your mother is no longer your mother. They have divided us so much that we have been divided inside our individual selves. All the way to the grassroots. Even myself, I can be divided among me. Right? Exactly. In exile. In exile in America, I am still divided. It's craziness. So they have now decided, now that we have divided them enough, it's time to conquer them. That's where we are. If anybody doesn't... the Igbos say they are not Igbos again, but you speak Igbo, right? But you call it Neka, you call it Chidema, you call it whatever Igbo names, but you are saying it boldly that I'm not Igbo. I'm not Igbo. But what is your head? You say Ishi. What is your heart? You say Aka. Then you are not Igbo. That
do you come from? Where did you learn it? But really, you are evil because you are there, and your forefathers and your fathers and mothers are there. They divided you, and you grow ignorantly. You don't know what is going on. Now you have denied the identity. People, these Fulani people, they started planning this for many years ago. They didn't completing now. It's not, they didn't start today. But our people foolishly following whatever they tell them without any action, without any judgment. You know, nobody, we don't have learned people again, as we are saying, but it's very shameful. Those more educated, you say in America, wherever they studied, many of them are back home right now. Where are they? And they are alive in their mansion, in whatever, and they keep quiet without defending the minority. Very bad.
And Pam said that, oh no, we are more. Okay? Oh no, we are more. All the way from Futajelo, they are that you don't belong. You see, in one way, I blame our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. The 5 states that agreed that Igbo would have been gone by now. Would have been gone. And others will not act like those who are swimming in the ocean and try to swim towards us because our leader decided that I must take everybody along. That is one of the things that are setting us backward. But I know that he wasn't doing it by himself. It was a divine mandate. So no matter how far they run, after running, one day they will see their foolishness. They will see their foolishness because they are there when they change the names of Igbo areas, Omomase to Rumomase. Everything becomes Rumu. And you believe that Rumu is better than Omoma. Rumu Krushi. All those kind of things. The same thing with other areas. That is our mentality is so messed up. Our mentality is going to take about 20 years to begin to put us straight.
I have a question for you. I have a real question for you now. Because you just crafted the question for me. Look at this. Will the 5 states come together and work together and stay together if you gave us 5 states? Even in the 5 states. I'm telling you, you're so divided you don't even know who you are. We are from Olu, I'm from Olu. There are people that they have divided into Anambra State that is so close to us. We have the same things. Oh, this place where they have been talking about Ekotutu. This place, some part of it is in Anambra, some part of it is in Imo. They have divided us so well and so mercilessly so that we don't even know who we are. If we say, let's take the 5 states and go, do you think that the 5 states will not fight each other?
Thank you, my sister.
Yes. They have divided us and now they're conquering us. And they know why we have been
You know what, Dr. Sena? You see, if you have a single family, if you want to rule the single family, it is not easy. But it is easier to handle that single family than to handle extended family joined together to the single family.
The problem is that the people that you're calling extended are not extended. For instance, the Ikechukwu in Delta State, who says that, oh, I speak Eka, I say, this is the Eka language. I say, what is the Eka language? What does the Eka language say head is? Or she see? What does the Eka language say hand is? Or Shiaka? That person is not even a distant relative. That person is your brother. And if you divide out all these brothers, especially those ones who are in Kogi, the ones in Edo, the ones in Benue, let alone the ones that are supposed to really be Igbo, the Delta, the rivers, the Cross River, and all these people. Those people, if you divide, no matter how many places you divide us and carve us into that small entity called the Igbo, also is our Igbo, whatever you want to answer, they will still, they have demonized, destroyed our stamping to the extent that no matter what small entity we come down to, I'm telling you that your brothers, if you have more than one brother, that they're divided against each other even now.
This is my idea, what I'm saying, okay? According to the scriptures, the prodigal son separated himself from the family, right? This is a story that all of us read. And I believe that it happened at a time. Though it is a parable. He separated himself and did that thing that he feels is right for himself. When he gets to the end of that line and found out that there is no life, when he came back to his family, was he not accepted?
By a great father. Because we don't have great fathers anymore. We don't have great fathers.
We know them. We know these other evil people that they are part of us. But there is something they are chasing after. And when they get there and find out that this is a brick wall, there's nothing there, when they now come back, they'll come back with their whole heart. Because we cannot be talking about Biafra. We know that there are people inside of them who understand the vision and the dream. And they are the ones that are pursuing it. If it is possible, let the prodigal son go ahead and get what he wants to get. Because those ones that are fighting with us can continue to be a part of us because we are family. But when they get to the end of it and find out there is no light, when they come back, they will come running and willing to serve. That is the upset, because that dream you are chasing, you see that it's only but shadows. That is the idea that I think that would have been help many people who don't know who they are, so they can realize who they are.
You are very right. When things are normal, when Igbo man was an Igbo man, there is no father in the house. Let me tell you right now, your heart will be so hardened after you do this fight and win and come out to 2 states or 1 or 10 or 5 that anybody else wants to join you. You'll be looking at them. Look at even your brothers that you're sitting here in America with that answer that they're from Ngwa. They're not supporting you in getting Biafra, but the minute you get Biafra, they will probably be the ones asking to be presidents and governors. That's what I'm telling you, my dear sister. Let's move on. Let's move on from this particular issue because we will have to tackle it another day. But let me finish reading and then we'll answer one question from what we have prepared. We have really deviated the great Biafrans, but we are telling you that this is fire in our hearts today, and that's what we wanted to give you. Like one of my brothers said, I see the heart. So let me finish. I urge you all to remain calm and be rest assured that the ruling of the Court of Appeal today did not interfere in any way with the status of its judgment discharging Onyendu. The judgment of the Court of Appeal discharging Onyendu and striking out the 7-count charge still subsists. It has not been set aside. It remains. Onyendu is still acquitted and discharged. And the charges against him have been all acquitted. Okay, and he says, Chukwu Okike Abiyama is on the throne. And let me tell you, my dear brothers and sisters, that's the only hope we have. So thank you, says Barrister Ejiofor. Remain blessed. And we are adding to you. And keep your eyes open and fight like you have never fought before for the release of Mazi ALOZIE. That's what the message is this morning. If you have been fighting before, triple your effort. Because they're not going to mess with our leader, and they're not going to mess with Biafrans. Whether they are called the Minister of Injustice, whether they are called the Attorney General or Attorney Local, we don't care. They will not mess with Onyendu Mazi ALOZIE. This man that God has appointed for such a time as this, we will not. Even if it is just me and my sisters, you know what I say. Me and my sisters in the United States of America, they will not mess with our Onyendu. So one of our sisters always say, we have done it. Again, it will not happen. Because my sister is on the airwaves with me. If you have anything else to add, add it now because I'm going to ask one question. All right. There are no other comments from you. This is incredible. All right. So now that we know that Nigeria is disintegrating, there are practical things that we want to prepare. Here we go. What are some practical things that our people can do to prepare for the total disintegration? Because we're buying now. And the doom that is about to before Nigeria. I throw some practical things. Let me start with you, Sister Victoria. What are some practical things that we can do?
Thank you, my sister. One thing that I know in life is when you determine to do something, nothing ever can stop you. As we have determined that we are going, it doesn't matter the number of people who are there standing in our way to say you're not going. You have to be at place. It doesn't matter the number of people who want to say no. We ask to be one Nigeria. Please, looking at everything that is going on, is there any oneness in that legal area? There is not. And therefore, Biafrans all over the world, we are going home. What are we going to do? As we are keeping our eye on the ball, we are going to begin to prepare ourselves for our new nation that is coming. Whatever you are learning to do, go ahead and learn it. As many who are alive, at the time that Biafra comes, we must have set everything in place. This time that we are hoping that God is going to grant us our prayers, is not a time for us to continue to fight against each other. The whole fight is staged out. The people who started the fight have entered underground because they have completed the plan of their master, the devil. They have gone underground. And now, after they have set us up, it is time for us to come together. It is a time of coming together. It is a time of planning. What do we expect this Biafra to be? Is Biafra going to be a place that will welcome their children, their grandchildren, their people who have been in exile many years ago? Is it going to be a place like that? Are we going to, just like they have predicted, they say once Biafra comes, we are going to fight again. Yes, we believe we can fight, but it's not going to be fighting like Fulani. We are not going to fight and kill ourselves just like Fulani. We are not going to do that. If you are going to school, don't stop going to school. Go ahead and complete your school. If you are learning to build things, go ahead and build it. If you are the one that are going there in the media, continue what you're doing. All these little mushroom media we have are going to turn to a giant media when the time comes. But above all, let us tell ourselves the truth. Let us look at the truth in the face and say, sometimes truth is very bitter. But at the end, it will stand on its own. It's going to stand tall. We're encouraging every one of you, wherever you are. Anything that you can do to bring your exiled brother closer. One thing that I noticed, I was looking at a documentary, is that you see the Jewish people, the Israelis, they are still searching for their people all over the world. They are still following a landmark. They are still following a landmark. They are working closely. But we, Biafrans, we should begin to think again. It's not fighting against each other, pulling each other down. If you go to social media, we forget the people who are our problems. We begin to present ourselves as our own personal problem. This Biafra that is coming, we know is a restoration. Biafra is older than Nigeria. And when Biafra comes as a big brother, he's going to show that Biafra has been in existence. Therefore, your wisdom is needed. Your knowledge is needed. Whatever you're going to contribute for this Biafra, we are encouraging you to do that. Those of you that have been saboteurs all this time, we want you to stop. There is no light where you're going. There is no light where you are going. We want you to stop because Biafra is coming. Biafra is going to be a land of fairness and equity. Biafra is a land that where your talents are going to be encouraged. Biafra is going to be a land where you are encouraged to grow. It's not when you open a business, somebody tears it down. It's going to be a land of rules. It's going to be a land of order. Just like our leader has made it. Everybody has to fall into line. We're not going to be in different lines. In Biafra land, all our children who want to go to school will not be denied. That is what we are fighting for. Like I said, we have enough to make us go. There are so many countries in the world who don't have what we have, and they are doing very well. We are more than 70 million people. Therefore, wherever you are, begin to look at Biafra, just like some other countries in the world. There are new rising countries. Also, talk about Dubai. There are still other countries who are doing very well. That is Biafra for you. That is why the nation Biafra is going to be the light in Africa. That is where we are going. Therefore, whatever you are doing that is good, go ahead and do it. And don't think that you are doing that will bring division. The things you are going to do to sabotage against your brother or your sister, that hand pointing that you're doing to bring your brother down, that love of money which has been killing us, we are going to throw it over. It doesn't belong in Biafra land. We are going to be straightforward people, and I know that God is going to help us to build our nation, Biafra. And that is where it is. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, must address Biafra in Biafra land. I can't wait for that day to come when he will speak with his resounding voice. I hope you're looking forward to it, because I am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister. Sister Kanu, what are some practical things that we can be doing to get ready for the disintegration of Nigeria? Because it's happening. The doom is at their doorstep. What can we do? Sister Kanu, I'm sure you're mute. Turn on your mic. Can you hear me, Sister Victoria?
Loud and clear.
Very good. Then I will continue with some of the points that I know that we have discussed. One of the things that the sisters discussed among ourselves is that we must be in survival mode. Put your whole entire household, your entire being, your way of handling yourself in a survival mode. When you're walking on the street, be aware of all of your surroundings. Make sure that you are your brother's keepers. Make sure that you have done everything you can to prepare your children mentally to hide, to do what they need to do to safeguard their lives. These people have surrounded us. You know, Mazi Nnamdi used to tell us, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. No, at this time, when he was telling us they were coming, they were coming. But now, since 2 or 3 years now, they have saturated our land. They have foot soldiers in every village. They know the routes. They know the routes inside our forest that we don't even know. So now you have to be prepared in a survival mode. You prepare yourself. You make sure you have something in your pocket, in your hand. You think, especially in your mind, you get your mindset right. You tell your wife at home, if I go out and something starts in the village, this is what you do. You tell your children, if you go to school and there is some kind of shooting or something happening around your school, this is what you do. Prepare yourself. Preparation is half of the battle. Don't just sit idly and say, well, we don't know. Well, maybe something will happen. Oh, maybe the... No, the United States of America, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, intelligence have now told you that something will happen in Nigeria. These people, what they're telling you is intelligence that they have gathered. They have seen it. They've seen the preparation of the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the ICC in West Africa. They know what they're talking about. India, America, come back. You okay? Okay. I will continue. Ndị ọsọ na-achụ ndị ifuru na-agba ọsọ, ndị ọcha ifuru na-agba ọsọ from Abuja. Also na-achụ ha, real ọsọ na-achụ ha. Don't think that if it doesn't happen tomorrow, that they gave you 190 days, 90 hours, that it must happen exactly at 190 hours. No, they are giving their people time to live. It's a time frame. Nigeria, something will happen. So don't take it lying down. Prepare yourself, be in a survival mode all the time. Move to somewhere else. If you're sitting in a conspicuous place, maybe your house is some place where they will attack first, just shift to the other hand, like Mother Abuchi says on his broadcast. Shift, make a shift to the other hand, Takari. Be somewhere less conspicuous, be somewhere maybe in the countryside, travel from maybe an outskirts of the big city to inside the city to do your business as do some of those things. Devise an escape route. Again, when you come to the you know where the scapegoats are. No matter what how they know us, they don't know us better than ourselves. Are you back online?
Yes.
Okay, I want to ask you that same question that I asked Sister Victoria. What practical things should our people be doing? How should our people be practically getting ready for the impending doom of Nigeria, because it's coming?
Yeah, you know what? One thing with our people is this. They don't take things serious, you know? This moment that are coming now is not a new thing to us. Because our leaders said it, and they are coming. And this is the time they are coming. So to tell our people, I just heard what you said lastly now, that our people, they should know their surroundings. The house is theirs. The town, the village is theirs. You cannot be there for a bad strangers to come and kill you. You know? Prepare where to escape. Prepare what you can fight back. You can say this is 50-50. And then you kill me, I kill you. In any way they will kill you because they have everything. But you should also do some resistance. You know? When they come, carry whatever you have. You know that they will kill you. You kill them first. Or you wound them, knowing that they will kill you. No matter where. All the difficulty, because these people, but you never even issues also. Time I shape the olden days. Again, on God, who you share, you know, when they ask to boom, for that thing, on guy, he so wounds of apple. Everybody came up for that running in a paralaka. You make way here. Me may have you quaggy. Oh, come on, mammy, you quaggy, camera, and you die for Biafra restoration. You know? Yeah, will be even a translate of people for you, for other Africans, everybody keep up for matter, or the Panese. Whatever you can do. Here we hide the new on the air here. You know, will very key money to see it's a woman that be working in me. But turn in our room now. And I will say, okay, what happened now? What am I gonna do? Do some shabafu. So all these things, it depends on each of us what we are preparing. But this shouldn't be a new thing to all of us that this time is coming, because I'm the only to say it. And this is the conclusion of all the things Sonia just said. Everything have come and go. Is that they will come and take Nigeria. They will come and say it. This is one of the things today. On all those people, because us again, baby, now man, the hand have to do what aggregation are there. If only I keep there, oh, maybe in Anya. Keva in a bagapani, a will I enough, and a pani guani, a doing the poop. It will not hear who get here. I'm talking that we have to divide Nigeria. Everybody have to go their separate way. And the most angry who behave around these politicians. Some politicians are very angry with them. You know, we are asking for peace, referendum, and they are casting their pattern on us. Pattern that's killing us, massacring us. We ask for freedom, leave us alone. And these politicians, they go and create a Bubago. What is the Bubago doing today? Killing us, killing their own people. And these Bubago are the same Nigerian military. They bring to kill their own people. Which way can we go? So this is the time for life and death. And we don't pray that you go high like that. For Chukwukadema who called on to start this restoration of Biafra. Until this moment, is this Chukwu Okikabiyama, we find the way for all of us. The way that the Zoom the world I just survival. The world is when Biafra or Chukwu Okikabiyama. And we put him mad for him in this moment I don't mean. I will go to Chukwu Konyana in this moment. And I'm going to say, if this UK, America is evacuating their own people, so Ghana on Abuja, thinking that it will be better for you, Kambakulu, wherever United States or this developed country evacuating their own people, nobody will tell you and nobody will evacuate you. You have to run away from that town or that village. You have to run away. It is real. But you will still be there and doubting yourself. I know no place is safe in Nigeria now. But it will be better for you to die in your own family. My people don't see in Abuja. I have spoken with some yesterday. Are you sitting there in Abuja? Because you don't take your life seriously. Anyway you can make it, all the plans is in your hand right now. Not everything will come on the air to tell you. Say the enemies will take it. My sister, enough of this is enough. Our leader said it. Nigeria will fall. And this is the time for Nigeria to fall. And now I'm telling Nnamdi, before this Abuja will fall, we need our leader out. Abuja can go in flames after you reduce our leader. I don't care. And that revolution, let it start. Immediately you remove our leader from Abuja. You guys are doing nonsense, playing game with the children of Chukwukabiyama. Enough is enough. Thank you. Thank you very much. The slogan in Texas is "Don't mess with Texas." Don't mess with Biafrans. You're messing with the Chukwukabiyama. And that's why God is messing right back at you or with you. Well, one thing we will ask Biafrans in Biafra land to do is to defend your loved ones. Defend your children, defend your family, defend your wife, defend everyone you love. Then you defend yourself, because self-defense is allowed everywhere. Defend yourself. And the last thing we must have in our minds, because prepare to die, because that's a possibility. Tell him now and prepare to die, because it's no longer children's dance. But we're telling Nigeria that the sensible way for sensible people to do to solve their issues is civilly. If you call for a referendum in Nigeria, the issue will be solved. It will be solved, and everybody, even Boko Haram, even ISWAP, any of them will know that, okay, they have divided. Then if you want to come to Biafra land, you see that
like my people say, you will see pepper. If ISWAP and Boko Haram then wants to come into Biafra land, then we will show them what we're made of. It's simple and short. But do you know that as we speak, Onyi, the powerful man, and more powerful himself, has now had another press release. And it's titled, Malami is promoting ethnic agenda against Mazi Kanu and the Ndibo, IPOB. The global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the prophet and indefatigable liberator Mazi Kanu, condemned the disgraceful, irresponsible, and unguarded statements from Alhaji Abubakar Malami, the quota system attorney general and minister of justice injustice, who often spew out garbage publicly that seemed to reduce his integrity and honor every time. Alhaji Abubakar Malami transferred the honorable justices who displayed sincerity in justice on the 13th of October 2022 in the appeal court to work on the minds of the newly appointed judges and has used them to order a stay of execution of justice, which they have carried out today, being Friday, the 28th of October 2022. What a shame to these judges who were just selected a week ago to carry out this injustice, to allow the stay of execution of orders by the same court only 2 weeks ago. They have displayed their ignorance of the law and their willingness to act unjustly due to their lack of independence for allowing themselves to be used by an illiterate and quota system attorney general and minister of justice. They may not know what they did to themselves now, but later they will realize that their careers have been trashed by this singular act. Alhaji Abubakar Malami should go back and read his law books again, because all the charges and cases he cited during his interview with Vanguard were embedded in the cases quashed by the appeal court. He is just exhibiting ignorance, stupidity, and myopic understanding of the law and the constitution of the same country he claims to be representing. He should redeem some of his credibility by simply obeying the court order. The world is watching his stupidity and ignorance of the law. We are laughing at him because his reputation and that of Nigeria is going down every day as they keep disobeying their own courts. We realize that since the extraordinary rendition of our leader Mazi Kanu, Malami has been ill, physically shrinking and weakening because of unwarranted personal hatred he has against Mazi Kanu and Ndibo. Let Malami and his collaborators know that their hatred against Mazi Kanu and Ndibo will destroy them and Nigeria soon. As Attorney General and Minister of Injustice or Justice, he ought to uphold the laws, but has decided to be lawless and defiant to court orders, exposing Nigeria government as a banana republic that it is. Malami and his lawless and terrorist sponsoring government are by themselves devaluing Nigeria while they blame the citizens for their woes. Malami have no other option but to release Nnamdi Kanu and stop disgracing himself and his government. Nigeria has a lot of brilliant lawyers who are supposed to be appointed as Attorney General, but unfortunately, for the sake of tribalism, nepotism, and their Fulanization agenda, a lunatic, extremist, and tribal bigot like Malami was appointed to promote this ethnic agenda. Those who understand the law should advise Malami and his co-conspirators in the Ministry of Injustice to know that he is representing the federal government and not a Sharia court system or his APC party. Again, Malami should stop coming out to the public and making a jest of himself, because we are not laughing. And this is a statement by Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. That is a statement that we should conclude with, the sisters, because he said it all.
Very powerful, yes.
Very powerful.
You know, I want to say something. It may not be, what you see, what is happening now in Nigeria, and the game this Malami and co, all other cabals are playing. Listen, I have this to tell them. I hope they are listening to me. I'm telling all of them that no matter what happens now, the greatest mistake the Fulani cabals will do is to engage in second war against civil war. You know, they have taken the first one, right? So the greatest mistake they will do now is to engage another civil war against the Biafran people. But let me tell you this. If this is what they're planning, which I know is what they're planning, but they have to remember, without doubt, I know that all of us, we are aware what is happening in Russia. Are we aware of that? And Russia and Ukraine, we know that. We are Putin. Think it will be easy for him to defeat Ukraine. That's what Putin was thinking. It is not as he planned. It will never. It's not easy to defeat them. And this is what Nigeria is planning against the people, the children of Biafra. Malami and Co should learn from what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. They have to learn. It's a lesson to them. They will not think that they have all the ammunition, all the resources for Biafra land, and use it to go against us, and that they will win us in this war. I know that's what they are trying to. That's what they are planning. No matter our people is ready. You see the letter of Emma Powerful this morning is really powerful, as the name goes. Very powerful. Let them continue playing with us. They haven't seen the children of Biafra before. They think this is 1967 and 1970. Oh no, my sister. So angry with those people. They're messing up with us. Enough is enough.
Correct. Thank you. Sister Victoria, please say anything you want in parting, because we are now over our time and we must get off the air.
I'm just going to say one or two to Biafrans. Wherever you are, just know that the bell is ringing. You're almost out. Just like we are saying, do not lose hope, do not lose fight. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi. Pray for these lawyers that are coming up, that God will turn their tongue. When they want to say A, God will put B in their mouth and they will speak as God wants them to speak. God will shame them once again. We know that we are already out. Let's hold on tight, let's support one another, and we will move on until we get our destination, which is Biafra land. Thank you, my sister.
They don't call me Dr. Money for nothing. I must tell you that everything that we're speaking about needs money. Needs money. If you think you're a Biafran and you're sitting in the United States of America and you are not engaged in what is going on in our land, how Nigeria is disintegrating, and how we're still demanding, IPOB still demanding for a referendum and the release of our leader, then you are dumb, deaf, and blind, maybe dead. I'm telling you, if you're Biafran and you're in the United States, and these things that are happening right now is not shaking your body, you must be dead. I hope you're in the mortuary. Because if you're not in the mortuary and you're listening to my voice today, you better call immediately and say, how can I support ESL? You better call. I have been telling you, put money away, put money away. We're going to have a fundraising. The fundraising is still coming. But we don't have to wait for the fundraising to support ESN. Today, if you still are in the land of the living and your name is a Biafran, whatever your name is, and you're not dead yet, you know that you're still listening to people talking to you. Call me. Find a way to help return our leader to us and force Nigeria to give us a referendum. And that's what we're asking for. And ESN is our backbone for our demand. So support us. Call my number is +1 682 552 3333. It's a very simple number. If you call me, ask any question, but please give us money to support our backbone, the ESN. It is area code 682 552 3333. Thank you. Omo Chineke, we have done our part this morning. Please continue to do your part. Remain resolute, because it is now or never. Makana imecha malami na Sokoto Caliphate here this time around. Like my sister said, this is not 1967. They will disintegrate Nigeria once and for all, and the zoo will fall. And we go home. Mazi, Chineke, thank you very much, Mazi ALOZIE, for allowing us this opportunity one more time. And everyone. Thank you, Mazi ALOZIE.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the program, the women's program. That's the end of it, and we'll see them next week. A lawless country, when there is no law guiding the country, that cannot be a country, and that is why you have the invaders. Turkey's hand is in it. All Islamic countries' hand is in Nigeria, and we from the south are watching. We are watching, carelessly watching, as if it's not happening. I was going to interrupt the program when we were talking about how they divide us. I said, never happen. It will never happen. I was going to interrupt to say it will never happen, but I said, let me respect the program. It will never happen. It's happening. The division. And people boastfully talk about the division. I'm from this local autonomous. That word autonomous, in my earlier broadcast when they brought that autonomous, I said, do you know what autonomous means? That is, they have divided you. So you're not liable to any other government authority. Just like they divided you, you are from Akwa Ibom, you're not Igbo. You're Rivers, you're not Igbo. You're Oka, you're Anambra, you're not Enugu. They continue to slice into your family. Now they brought Ebubago. The division is clear. They brought Ebubago. Your own brothers made up of Fulanis to supervise you killing your brothers. And you say Ebubago. Our way of reasoning is flawed. We must accept that it is flawed. We are not serious. But for the fact that our leader showed up, exposed the whole thing, what do we have to show for the efforts of our leader? Nothing. For all of you, I've been asking you, we are not against the election, but we are telling you to look at the underscored. The underscored is this: the terrorists are in Abuja, seizing your capital.
when they seize your capital, who will they put, and who are you going to vote for? And you're talking about one Nigeria, and you have this for these foreign countries. Playing the drums. We are dancing. We are not thinking. You are voting. And when the Islamic countries take over, and you will come as a Christian president, supposedly. Somebody said something. Don't let the sick, don't hand over to the sick. Hand over to people that don't frequent the hospital. And I laughed. You have a Christian at the head and you have a Muslim at the bottom. Abuja is falling to the Islam, which we are not against. And you, a Christian, you will come at the top. They'll get rid of you and put who they want to put to. Osibanjo survived most of those. Let's see how it will play out. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yes, Mazi ALOZIE, can you hear me? Good afternoon, sir.
We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, my dear brother. Thank you for the program this hour. And thank you, our dear sisters, who have teaching us and, even not guarantee that we are in the right place. I say, no, Kike, continue strengthening them. Mazi, allow me to appreciate Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the one and the only. One name mother, Ozibondo. I say, may his days belong on this earth. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. Long live Ipob. Long live United States of Biafra. Long live DOS, and long live ESF. Mazi, thank you for your program. Mazi, my name is Mazi ALOZIE. Mazi, I don't want to say something here. You see, US and UK have said that the terrorist Boko Haram or ASWAP is heading to Abuja to attack them. And people think that it's ordinary mere talk. It's really serious. Mazi, but we know that our leader has said it in 2015. He said if they form alliance, which they already have formed, they have a formed alliance already. They are coming. Our leader said, if you not hear me now, now he have said. Now, can anybody know now that Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet? If anybody doubt what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, if you are doubting it, it's in your own peril. Nnamdi Kanu is coming here to save the world, not only in Biafra. He's here to save the world, save life. That's why God brought him, and he's doing the needful. Now, let me say something here. We are talking about politics. Mazi, we are not in the politics, but let me say something. Mazi, I have discussed with the top politician in the north. Mazi, do you know that these people that now reigning, do you know who made it possible? It's the same Nnamdi Kanu, and I will tell you why. Because Nnamdi Kanu says, do you know why Nnamdi Kanu had made it possible? The local man told me, he said, if it's not Nnamdi Kanu, nobody will hear about P2B today. So if P2B did not be participated or helped to see Nnamdi Kanu released, we will let cause on P2B. If P2B did not do his own part to see that Nnamdi Kanu is released, we will let serious cause on P2B. Now, let me come to what the man said. The man says, have you in Nigeria before seen any party that is not major party? Imagine in this way Peter is imagine. I said no. He said there is no reason why. He said because Nnamdi Kanu has paved the way. Nnamdi Kanu has made the way for Peter to come here. If not Nnamdi Kanu, nobody will hear about Peter. He said Nnamdi Kanu agitation have paved way for Peter for people to hear about Peter. It's not people that shout no obedience. Who made it possible? It's Nnamdi Kanu, and people don't know about this. Nnamdi Kanu have paved way for P2B. So what I'm saying here, if P2B did not participate and pay his own due to say that Nnamdi Kanu is released, he will lay curse on him. It's our brother, but he has to play his part. He says,
Did I hear about Omowore Showore? I say yes. You say Omowore Showore should have been hearing like P2B. Why is it not coming? Because the guy that rose up to ask for his own Oduduwa nation dropped a little bit, and they see that it's not powerful enough. That's why you can't hear about Omowore Showore. But you can hear about P2B today because of Nnamdi Kanu. You say if we stop agitation today, nobody will hear about nobody will hear about P2B today. You hear about P2B today because of agitation. You say Biafra and IPOB have made P2B who he is today. And Mazi, believe me, that is the truth. If not it, P2B is not going nowhere. And they say now we have what the man told me. He said we have the opportunity now to liberate ourselves. I say in which way? He said, listen, the mandate of P2B, if they deny P2B this opportunity, then the Nigeria will break. We have two alternatives now. I asked him, are we going to stop our agitation or should we continue? He said, why should we stop? He said, we should continue. Let P2B continue its own way. But he said, if they deny P2B this opportunity, then Biafra and Nigeria will break. People are waiting. Why P2B emerges is because of Biafra. Because they know that P2B, they did not take him in APC. They didn't take him in PDP. What next? If P2B, any Southeast did not emerge in anywhere, there will be a problem. That's why they try to put P2B in a Labour Party and P2B emerges. That's why everywhere seems as if it's cooling down. But Biafra will come. That's why the man told me. The man said, Biafra must come. Whether P2B will know, whether P2B lost, Biafra will come. But if P2B lost, then forget it. Biafra is there. If P2B lost. Because they are trying to rig the election. But if they rig this election, Nigeria is gone. That's what the man says. If they eventually rig the election that's coming, we're not in election, but I'm telling you what the North Panel is telling me. He said if they eventually rig the election to remove P2B, then it's all over. Biafra must emerge. And I asked him, why are they still releasing, why are still holding Nnamdi Kanu? You say what they're doing right now, they will release Nnamdi Kanu, that's what they say. They will release Nnamdi Kanu, that's what for sure. But what they're doing now, to see as if they will remove shame. He said the federal government is doing to see as if they will remove shame in their face. Because there's a shame in their face right now. The whole world is mocking at them. So what they are doing now to see the way to release Nnamdi Kanu, that's what they are debating on. Not to say they will not release Nnamdi Kanu, but they are finding a way how to do it because the shame is upon them. That's what they are doing. And I believe very soon Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Mazi, Biafra is at hand, and we are going to get Biafra very soon. Thanks for having me and God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Your name and where you call?
That don't want more than we were now. I'm not happy. Daddy, let me start by thanking you for coming on today. Mommy, ever learned or you ever bound with me? All my mothers have been on this platform today to let us know that they are behind us and they are with us. And they are doing the needful to make sure that the whole thing plays out the way Elohim wants it. I said, may Elohim bless all of you now and forever, you see. Daddy, please, we are not politicians. Whether in my subconscious, I love P2B, I support him, I don't want to kill him, let us not bring P2B into this. The lawyers have done the whole deal out of their witty knowledge and all they have read from school. The whole world have seen it. We are not owing anybody any dime. They will release our leader. P2B does not need to come and sign tomorrow. Say, IPOB is a politician. We don't need him. It's too late. Let him stay. The deed is done already. Let him stay. Let nobody bring him into this platform. Let him be doing his PVC 2023 and all that. We are here doing our own freedom. Okay? Then quickly, I want to let us understand something. Do you now realize that America, who have come to preach this gospel of attack and terrorism and Islamization of the so-called zoo, have made those people who say to sit up now. All this time, their black brother,
with Ishuoji Ibeha have been preaching this gospel. None of them wants to stand up. Now that white man have said it, this is the only time they have come to see it. Even if they are not coming back home, they want to die there, no problem. But they have now waking up. So who are we going to blame tomorrow if anything happens to those people? They will blame themselves, because each time we talk to these people, and that is to tell us that these people knew what they are doing. You see, those class that they have kept for themselves. Now they have seen it that they are now coming back to this ghetto that we are also. I'm not everywhere. Daddy, Ecclesiastes onye mere ndị ebide ebe ahụ ha mechie ebe ahụ ha bịa n'ime chọọchị a na ha batata n'ime chọọchị ndị a ndị emeela anyị ihe o ị ga-aghọta ihe na-enwe m iwe ebe a so wadị ka m end ebe a. Thank you so much. Emesi ndị a na-akparị mmadụ.
So this is what we have fallen into. We help put ourselves in this mess. When our leader sacrificed to extricate us from this mess, we keep digging ourselves deeper and deeper into the hole after being extricated. It is those that want more, those that are never satisfied with what they have. They'll continue to jeopardize other people's future. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi ALOZIE, good morning. Good evening. My name is Mazi ALOZIE. I'm calling from France. What I'm trying to say is, this, as a leader said, this small python they are feeding. When you grow, they cannot see how they can control it. Now the python have grown and it's uncontrollable because they started it from during the Russia and America. Now they cannot control it today. The same python is inside Nigeria and swallowing everybody. And now they see it, they want to run away. One thing I want to tell them is, if they want to run away or not to run away, Biafra is certain, and our leader must be free. In all conclusion, those people that say they want to reconcile with our US, no reconcile. If you go out from IPA, you are out forever. And if you are sure you cannot come back, we, the IPO, they are going to judge you. Go ahead, Biafra. Bye-bye.
That's beyond me. Reconciliation, and the problem is there. The problem is there. We have a problem. Let me say this. We've been getting along. We've been going. We've been going it alone. Not expecting anything from anybody. You left. There was a reason why you left. We are still standing. Action speaks louder than words. You can't just say you want to reconcile. What you do will decide your position. And that's the way I see it. I don't think bringing in people that fooled you, tried to fool you and failed, and they want to come back and finish what they have started, but we're unsuccessful. At this stage, if you're sorry, you stay where you are and show what you can do. Discard your name, but do the doing. Do the doing, then we know what you're doing. You don't have to come into DOS for something or HOD. No. You keep bringing people that sabotaged you. They keep coming in. And they will finish what they started. I don't think DOS or HOD will fall for that. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from?
That ALOZIE the Shika. That ALOZIE, they come back on safety. Our woman Chinek, this is the only space we have on this earth. Our mothers, Nechuko Kikada, and bless every one of us. Our life for Ilawa. Let us take it to them. I give it to the name. Oh, let the name letter. Biafra, anywhere you are on this earth, this is the only land we have. And we are not joking with it. All our leaders have failed us. Terrorists have taken over Nigeria. Yes, you are combating your people. You are combating your people. See our leader. That ALOZIE, this is our leader. The only son of Chukwukadama that came on this earth to save the children of Chukwukadama. He is the end of the world. It's not that, right? That ALOZIE was Daniel. All the guys came and came to that. That is for you to abandon everything. All your time you spend it here teaching us. For us to be free, that ALOZIE so for our ashes. That ALOZIE will get the Kanu is the end of the whole world. No human being on this earth will expect it. Injustice on this earth before every woman being. As you want to tell you a certificate card that I know get sense. And I know the Biafran. That ALOZIE. I took one loan for second pump. You see, Nnamdi, you see everything I need on this earth. None of them will exist. The people of Nnamdi, Nnamdi, if you joke with our leader, for Biafran, our leader, everything you have done to him, both his papa, both his mama, all of you came. You think it's our leader. As you are coming with your answer, you are already terrorist. You want to occupy the seat. Because they think that they have deceived the people, they deceived those of them, but deceived the solution. All these good people, as our leaders, they are two people, they are tough, we got them. You can't get as I get to the point. You say this land, you say this land, every religious leader shall be said, that Nnamdi Kanu. If we don't see him here, no, but not because of few people are God on it. That is not evidence. That's just thing that we are facing with. No, mercy, yes, that's from all of you, everybody perish. Then I say, let everyone that look at it. Then I think it is quick everything saying that. April 50, chapter 16, from verse 1 to end. That's Deuteronomy chapter 34, from verse 1 to end. Then I think it is. Leviticus chapter 6, the day of atonement, that is our right way. That is the day of the we are the children of Chukwukadama. We are very bad to our roots. What is our problem? And you want to, because of your tomorrow's service, you want to come and say, the owners of the land, IPO, and they tell us to give this grant. You see this misgrant will punish all of from this earth. Then they see Leviticus chapter 16 and the Deuteronomy chapter 34. Then again, Deuteronomy chapter 34. The death of Moses. Biafrans. Then ALOZIE. Moses did not see that promise like, oh, then I'm the Kanu. I got with that in Alaka. Then ALOZIE. No human being on this earth. United Nations. United Club. America is the comment America is the comment I have that I want to say that is you don't get sense. That is the question of I will not get sense. The kind of problem for now. One little question to I can say now I to put it up and like no now for now Oje
Caller, your name and where you calling from?
That was Mazi ALOZIE. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on your time zone. It's Zoom network. I have talked for the first time. Remember, Mexico, Kika, Biafra, Mazi ALOZIE. I'm speaking from Iguacha. We are telling Nigeria government to leave our leader, Nnamdi, Kanu, because they are violating the court order. Yesterday, they have taken justice to jeopardize the releasing of our leader. But I know that Chukwu Kika Biafra is in our side. Cannot stop us because we are unstoppable. Mazi ALOZIE, we are here in Iguacha. We have solidarity of releasing of our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let federal government of Nigeria release our leader because our leader does nothing to them. They are illegal detention of our leader. We are here and the indigenous people in the whole part of the world are speaking against the evil they're committing against the humanity. When they release our leader, Mazi, we are here. We thank you people for the work we are doing for us. The Chukwu Kika Biafra continue to bless you people and continue to protect our leader in the evil detention in DSS custody. Nothing will harm to him in the name of Chukwu Kika Biafra. He said, thank you, Mazi ALOZIE. Goodbye. I remember days of them in Rapture.
Caller, your name and where you calling?
Hello.
Yeah, your name and where you calling?
Ben from Houston. What my contribution is, let nobody bring in Peter Obi. Nobody should bring Peter Obi into this discourse because the essence of Peter Obi is to scuttle Biafra. That is his agreement with 10 Downing Street. We are now in a very critical state in this Biafran pursuit, and we should not talk about election in Biafra land, because if we go into election by whatever guise, we are validating Nigeria once more. What we should be doing now is to devise a way to make sure that no election holds in Biafra land. Any way that will be devised to make sure that we do not participate in this election. No election holds, no election, not boycotting election. There is a difference between boycotting election and stopping election. It is when we succeed in stopping this election in Biafra land that we will attract to a greater extent international attention. So that is my submission this morning. Let nobody bring in Peter Obi. We are against the election in Biafra land. This election must be stopped. It must be stopped from taking effect in Biafra land, because this is the best time for us to exist in Nigeria. We can no longer extend it. There is no extension of time for Biafra to come. We must take Biafra right now, by making sure that election did not hold in Biafra land. That is the key. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and let me get on this Obi issue. We are not talking about Peter Obi. We are not promoting election. We are not doing, in the course of conversation, or in the course of somebody got to mention something. If Obi's name comes up, it doesn't mean you are promoting Obi. For instance, I'll give you an example. If they are trying to bring somebody's telling you do this because Obi will do this, that doesn't mean you won't mention Obi's name. But when you come and say we are for Obi, then you are mentioning Obi, you are bringing Obi. We are not for anybody. We are not for the election. We are not for anything. All we want is to release our leader. In the process of conversation, what we are dealing with involves the people's name. The names will come up, but it doesn't mean we are promoting them. We are saying the evil, the consequences we will be facing if such and such happens. I will give you an example. I'll repeat what I said. If somebody is trying to promote Obi and will tell you that because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned brought up Obi, it does not mean that he's promoting Obi. It's the process of conversation. You will take issue with it if we say let's vote for Obi and then that's what it's about. What I want you to differentiate is a name cropping up in the process of conversation, or you're expressing your view. That is different. We are not promoting anybody. We want referendum. We want to exit completely. I will give you another example. Turkey said, okay, they are putting in their UAV and all that stuff to Nigeria to monitor. But monitor what? Is it Turkey's responsibility? Now they are Islamizing gradually, and they are putting your own person, Peter Obi. Now you see how Peter Obi's name comes in. Now they will put him there, and then their own Islamic person is behind him, and tomorrow they will waste him. That does not mean you are promoting Peter Obi. So let's try to walk the fine line. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. You understand what I'm saying? Caller, are you still there? Yeah. Okay. That's he's done. It doesn't mean we can't talk. When we have issues, we will call it spade a spade. The politicians are the ones promoting him, and somebody mentioned exactly what our leader did for him, but I don't think he is going to act like a human being. I don't think he's going to do the needful. I don't think so, because our politicians are rotten to the core, and we'll continue to be dealing with issues. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Dr. ALOZIE. Mazi, thank you so much for your comment, and that's for the with regards to the last caller and the caller that called and made mention of P2B. Exactly what the point that you're raising is what I try to raise now. It's like whenever people hear what they don't want to hear, they don't analyze what that person is saying, they just jump into conclusion and start criticizing. The guy that called us made a good point. The point where he made his point is that he said, when he tried to define the difference between stopping an election and not participating in an election, right now, as far as I'm concerned, IPOB has not defined any way that they are going to stop the election. There is no plan so far that I'm aware of, or they are promoting any way of stopping that election. So anybody that is saying that the election is not coming is deceiving himself. They're going to have the election. So the point I'm trying to make is here. The other guy was just trying to bring in, he's analyzing what that man told him, which makes a lot of sense. I've said it before. I've written about this in our forum right here, that whether P2B wins or it doesn't win, we are always going to win. Either way it goes, we are going to win. And there was a guy that called in your program and said that P2B and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are like two parallel lines that are moving, that under normal circumstances, parallel lines don't meet, but at some point they will meet. What that guy was trying to tell us is this. Very simple. I don't know whether anybody caught it or not. Is that Obi, win or lose, we